So my name's Margaret, and I had a lifelong interest in textiles and felt and wool. Grew up in Yorkshire, the heart of the woolen industry, and I just want to introduce you to my friend Cliff. Now Cliff is a felted mask. If you ever go to the Maspatoon Park in Red Deer, if you look back at the cliffs from the river, you'll see Cliff and all his friends there. And so I dyed his jacket with the flora of the area. So these were from berries from Maspatoon Park. Cliff is accompanied by his sunflower, and you can take that little piece out, and this makes a nice little beret ready for going to town or to church or something. I especially like making felt hats. These have been dyed in the same process that I dyed Cliff's jacket. So they've been felted and then formed into hats. The dyeing process, you get these beautiful patterns on both sides. Sculptural forms. This is a little barrette made like a ladybird. You can even fly, look. And a dragonfly. I think she's got quite a sweet face. This is a hat that I made in the shape of a vanilla bean cake. So it's got some pizzazz, and the original cake was very tasty. I did like the field work for this one. The rest of the hats, I've started doing a millinery course to learn traditional millinery techniques. So we're working in cinnamay, learning how to do feather trims, buckram with a silk covering on. All the flowers are handmade silk flowers. And then straw. So we've got some that are made out of straw. This is a fairly free-form piece, and this is a little bit more structured. And cinnamay, the lovely saucer type of hat, ready for Ascot. I think my woolly hats are stylish. I hope you think they're stylish, but they're more a cosy hat that fits closely to the head, and some of them fit well down over the head. For example, this one is one of my particular favourites, and if I put it on for you, it would keep me quite cosy in the winter, you know, but a little bit different from, I think, the elegance of a millinery-made hat. Millinery techniques, I didn't realise this until recently. Our millinery is for ladies' hats, and hat making is for gentlemen's hats. I've got this piece that is buckram that I formed on a wooden block. There's a wooden block inside this, and then I formed the leather also. I have to cover this buckram piece, which is here. I have to cover it tightly with domette, which is a soft fabric that molds to the buckram, and then the leather piece will go on top of that. In order to make a felt hat of this sort of style, I need a hood. I'm making a very small one, so this will just be a miniature hat, because the process of felting shrinks the fibres together. So even though I start with a piece that is this size, that will actually come down to probably this size. For my hats, I usually use 4 layers, so it's quite a time-consuming process. Just make sure it's absolutely saturated, and then I'm going to take some polythene here, just rub all over this piece. But this is a hood I made earlier, and I've just soaked it in water, and I'm going to spin it in a salad spinner. This is when the felt is stretchy, so I can stretch it onto a block. I'm going to slip it on over that block. You can see how the hood is not quite big enough for the block, and that's what I want, because I want to stretch it out. The thing I like about making my own felt, as opposed to commercially made felt, is that you get a nice cosy hat, and just, you know, a very simple hat, and then a nice flower or something on the top. Or I could put it at one side, it's a little asymmetrical, or I could abandon all of that, make a very shallow crown by pulling this up and then seeing if I could get it over this brim block, which I could attach to the top of this. So I haven't decided quite what I'm going to do with this, but it gives you the basics of how to shape up a hat. So it's always a learning process, and I'm learning lots, and I hope you enjoy my hats.